Hi, I'm Lars Klint. I'm a guest host with SSW TV. We are here on the beautiful Gold Coast at Microsoft Ignite 2017. And I am talking to Alex Mackey.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Alex?
I'm very good.
Now, I'm really interested in the whole virtual reality. So I do a lot of HoloLens stuff, but I'm not very much into virtual reality. So how does that fit in? And as a developer, what do you do?
Sure. Well, this was something I started looking at in detail, probably starting out probably about a year ago. So I attended a conference and a exhibitor, the RIA group. They had a basically two platforms set up and a plank of wood between them.
Yep.
And you put on a VR headset and then you walk this plank. But while you're doing this, it's making it look like you're walking between two very high buildings.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, you start to get that impression of sort of vertigo and stuff. And this was probably my first recent experience of VR for quite some time. And then as I'm doing this, I find my legs shaking as I'm making my way across this. And this really sort of got me thinking. I was like, wow, this can have a very real sort of physiological impact on someone. So from there, I started doing a bit of research into how to get involved and how to start looking at this area. Mm-hmm. So I think really, if you want to start getting involved in development, you've probably got two main options that I think present an easy route into this. The first I'd recommend, and I think it's very suitable for even absolute beginners, there's a project called AFrame, and it was developed by some of the folks over in Mozilla. And basically, this is a declarative framework, and you can create seams declaratively. It's built on top of another framework called Free.js. And Free.js is something I've done a fair bit of work for and developed a Pluralsight course for.
Yep.
And this is a WebGL framework.
So it's all JavaScript?
A mixture of HTML, JavaScript.
Okay, yep.
So you don't even really need any JavaScript programming knowledge apart from to reference a library.
Yeah, right.
And you can build up your scene with these various tags and elements, basically.
Okay.
It comes with an inspector. You can look at how various translations, modifications will look at your scene. And then if you do want to go a bit further with it, behind the scenes, it's all Free.js, so you can plug into all of that, you can componentize it, you can respond to events, so if someone clicks or touches something, so if the framework's not doing everything you need, you can build upon that. But I think one of the really awesome things with this is that it sort of scales for whatever the user's working with. So if you're looking at this AFrame experience on a desktop machine, you'll get a nice 3D rendered scene and you can move around it with a mouse cursor and keyboard and stuff. Maybe you're looking at it on a mobile device, making use of things like the phone orientation API. So as the phone's changing position, your head's changing position, it will work with that. Right up to if you're actually using a full-blown headset. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a really great way to get started. You don't really need any programming ability, and you can get going with that straight away. I think probably your other main option, unless your background's a professional games developer, is probably Unity. And Unity, it's free for certain situations. Heaps of great tutorials. You can export stuff to various devices. So that would probably be my other choice if you wanted to get started.
So it's called AFrame. I guess it's kind of a JavaScript framework-ish.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So can you use that for, say, the Vive or the Oculus Rift or something, one of those devices?
Yeah, certainly. So you could develop these experiences, and it's still going to be usable on everything from a desktop machine right up to a full-blown headset. So with the full-blown headset, it's making use of an experimental API, or very much in progress API called WebVR. And this is a specification that basically allows you to query a headset or a device's capabilities, and also obtain certain positioning information. Okay. Now, the reality is your average developer, and I certainly include myself in this, it's going to be quite difficult in order to make use of these XYZ coordinates, translate that into what the person should be seeing on the screen. But the good thing is you don't have to if you're using something like AFrame. They're going to take care of the complicated maths and projections behind that.
Okay, so web VR is another, I guess, tool or concept you can use for building VR experiences.
Yeah, so it's a JavaScript API for querying a device's capabilities and obtaining positioning information. It's not widely available right now, so you're going to be using Firefox Nightly or Chromium, and you have to perform a couple of additional steps in order to enable this.
Okay, so if you really want to do
so
it.
So you have to, they make sure you want to do this right now. The Edge team have announced that they will be supporting it. So at some point that will ship, and it looks like at some point this will be fairly well supported across browsers. I think it is important to say that because it's sort of so early stages and this is going through development and change, I would expect there to be some breaking changes in this API and some enhancements in the future.
As developers, we're kind of used to that, so that's not the end of the world.
Yeah, if you want to work on this edge stuff, then you're going to have to work with that as well.
Anyone can go and download AFrame, the framework?
Certainly, yeah. So all free, and there's heaps of tutorials, and there's also various add-ons and stuff that you can use to work with it as well.
Cool. Thanks very much, Alex.
Thank you.
This is Lars signing off from the Gold Coast at Microsoft Ignite.